the stage we have now is very good, so I want to stand on it. Am I allowed?
Yes.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Is it better?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I know that he wants to record, so I want to ensure that he has a very good recording. I want to, in the next few minutes, share a few things with us about this phenomenal opportunity, and I want to share it in such a way that you can understand what you stand to gain on A2W. Thank you. You can understand very clearly what you intend to enjoy, what you can enjoy on A2W, and how you can plug into it and get your friends involved. Can you look at somebody beside you and tell the person, don't do this alone? Don't do this alone. Tell the person, don't do this alone.
Don't do this alone.
Now, the initial part of this presentation, called Financial H.E.L.P, is already available on a DVD. Are we together? There's a DVD here. I tell people it's probably one of the cheapest DVDs you will ever get. This DVD has the Financial H.E.L.P presentation on it. It has information on how you can do the tab for schools deals. It has on it how you can do the opportunity to present to state governments, how A2W can be of value to them, and it gives you an idea of the things you can market to different companies and cooperatives. All of those videos are here. Ideally, it will sell for 1,000 naira. If you want to pick it, you can get it for 500 naira. There's a DVD here titled Our Story. I'm trying to introduce this so that it will simplify the work that I need to do. Okay, you can pick them up. Now, the one on Financial H.E.L.P is also available on YouTube for free. If you have the bandwidth and the internet to download and listen to it, it's an option as well. You have, this Our Story is the testimonials of about 15 different people on how they have experienced travel, how they have experienced retail, how they have experienced different aspects of A2W business. You can get one of these for yourself. You'll find behind after this meeting, and you can find in the bookshop as well. It's available for 500 naira only. There's a brochure that explains everything I want to explain to you as well. From cover to cover, all the designs and the details of it was done by the international company. This brochure is relevant not just to Nigeria, but to every country you want to market A2W in. This brochure normally sells for $10, which used to be 1,500 naira, but if you are getting one today, you can pick it up for 1,000 naira only. And the last but not the least, I tell people, if you don't know what you want to achieve, you are not likely to achieve it. One of the things I observed about my life last year, in the last 2 years, is that when I'm not tracking progress, I'm not making progress. Are we together? Can you look at somebody beside you and ask the person, are you tracking your progress? Ask the person, are you tracking your progress? Now let me share something with you. I said every month I set a goal. Every year I set a goal. Every week I set a goal. Every week I review my goal. Every year I review my goal. Are we together? This month is February, yes? I'm glad to announce to you that the goal I set for my February, I have already achieved about 90% of it. What's today's date? February what? 6. February 6th. Now, I did my first week analysis and I realized by the end of the first week, by the time I got into February 3rd, that February 3rd, February 4th, already for the month of February, I had achieved over 80% of my goals. Now, does it mean I'm going to relax through February? No. It means I have an opportunity to reset my goals for the week and ensure that February is my best month in a long time. Understand, I don't set small goals. If I set a goal for myself, if you see my goals, you'll be worried. You'll be worried on my behalf. Now, how are you going to do it? Even I am worried. How shall these things be? But if you are not tracking your progress, you are operating at less than 50% productivity. Are we together? So ask the person beside you, what is your productivity index? Ask the person beside you, how far have you reached in your goal? One of the key things we use to track our financial goals is called the Creating Your Wealth Map Workbook. I want to ask you to get one. It's 1,000 naira only. I wanted to do all of that as intro so that you are clear on what you can do to augment the information I will be making available to you. And then in the next few minutes, I would like to implore you to listen. Can you tell the person beside you, listen? Now, this meeting is free, but there's a payment. and the only payment you need to pay is called attention. So tell the person beside you, pay attention. Now, very quickly, I want to share a few quick things with you. I'm going to gloss over majority of the introductory part because they are available in materials already. I want to share with you things that we have not talked about in a long time so that you can understand it and you can drive your business with it. My objective in the next 30 minutes is to arm you with the capacity to be able to share your A2W opportunity with others. Are we together? I don't want this to be about you and about you alone. I want this to be more than you. I want you to be able to listen to this, get a clear picture of what is available here, and be able to drive your business. Now, you can simply take it for granted that already we have said there are 4 kinds of people. Financially speaking, economically speaking, there are 4 types of people. And I'm going to just quickly gloss over it so that I can identify what kind of person are you. The first set of people you have in society are the people termed S. They are called, the people termed E. They are called employees. Thank you. They are called employees. If you are in the house today and you are an employee, can you say yes? Yes. Let me do that again. If you are in the house today, I'm sure we will not have many employees in the house today because this meeting is being done on Thursday morning. But if you are in the house today and you work somewhere, you exchange your time for money, you had a job that you got from there, and you are an employee, can I hear yes? Okay, great. Employees are a type of people based on the quadrant they occupy. They occupy the quadrant called the E quadrant. They are employees. All the income they earn is active. They exchange their time and their sweat for money. There is nothing wrong with being an employee. In fact, I tell people employees are probably the sharpest and most intelligent people on earth. I'll tell you why I think so. The next category is called the S's. They are self-employed. They don't have a job, they own a job. If you are in the house and you are self-employed, can I hear yes? I expect that a larger portion of this group will be in the category of self-employed. The self-employed person also exchanges time for money. No leverage, all the income earned is because of their efforts. On the right side, you have what they call the B's, the business owners. A business owner is somebody who has a team of about 500 people that they express or they execute their work through. For you to be a business owner, you need to have leverage, and your leverage is people. You are converting people technically to get money. You don't need to show up to earn. Your income is leverage. It is passive income. If you are in the house and you have over a team of 500 people that work for you, can I hear yes? Usually many people say yes by faith. The investor is also on the right side. These are people who leverage on money. They have investments spanning over $500,000. How much is that in naira now? That's about 85 million naira. Are we together? They have investments to the tune of $500,000 where they invest in a variety of things, and because of their investments, they earn passive income. Their leverage is money. If you are in the house today and you have that kind of investment, can I hear yes? Okay? Somebody is confessing it as well. But yes, we have people like that. Now, I tell people, interestingly, the E's and the S's are very intelligent. How do I know they are intelligent? Because before you can get one job, how many people need to apply? I used to be a recruiting manager in the early part of my career. 2001, 2006, I was in HR. I was recruiting for different companies. I have personally seen in test interviews and seminars nothing less than 100,000 students looking for jobs. Throughout the 6 years when I was actively recruiting, I cannot tell you that I ever total sum of recruits. I cannot tell you they were up to 1,000. What does that tell you? It means you will probably find one person out of 100. Probably. Now, what are you looking for? You are looking for the sharpest and the brightest. And where are you putting them? You are putting them in a place in life where they will earn active income. You are putting them at the lowest plane of the economic quadrant. You are putting them at the lowest places, but they need to be intelligent. Many times I've seen employees who tell me that their chairmen are not very bright. I don't argue much with them. They're probably right. But he's sharp enough to employ them. Are we together? I tell people employees are self-employed, have high intelligence, but they work for money. On the right side, you have business owners and investors. Interestingly, I've met a few business owners and investors who can't even speak English. Are we together? Yes. Can you look at the person beside you and tell the person, English is not the criteria? Unfortunately, I realize that even when this very wealthy man speaks Igbo or Yoruba, when he opens his mouth, if you know what you are doing, you should be taking notes. I tell people what differentiates people here is they think differently. There's a different way of thinking, it's a different paradigm. The paradigm on the left is the paradigm of security, the paradigm on the right is the paradigm of freedom. The guy wants to secure himself on the left, on the right, he wants to set himself free. He's asking himself, how can I ensure I'm not doing so much? The other guy is asking himself, how can I ensure I'm doing more? I tell people, unfortunately, 90% of the world are either employees or self-employed. Say with me, 90%. A recent research showed that 85 human beings own 50% of the world's wealth. How many human beings? 85. 85 human beings own 50% of the world's wealth. 90% of the world is sharing 10% of the world's resources. The other 10% are sharing 90% of the world's resources. Ask the person beside you, where do you want to be? Answer the question. On the left side is the domain of hard work. Is the domain of no time. Is the domain of I'm stressed. Is the domain of large debts. On the right side is the domain of easy work, of stability, of spare time, of no debts. I tell people 88% of the people on the left side are either dead or broke at 65. Only 1% of the people on the left side ever make it to the right side before they die. If I ask you, for example, and say, where would you like to be, left or right? I can take it for granted that my answer will be right. If you would like to be on the right, can I hear yes? If you would like to be on the right, how come you are not there? I tell people the reason why you are not on the right already is because nobody is born into the right side. The reason why you are not on the right side already is because people are trained to be on the left side. Because let me tell you this. Who do you think, where do you think the people who are in charge of the world are? People on top of governments. People setting policy direction for different industries and trade. Do you think they are on the left side or on the right side? They are on the right side. And if you are on the right side, do you need employees or not? Do you need employees or not? If you need employees, what kind of system will you set up? The system that is able to produce more of them. Are we together? I tell people it is a deliberate attempt by our educational system, by systems around the world, to ensure that as many people as possible are either employees or self-employed, because we that are not very smart on the other side require their services. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell people, if you will ever migrate from the left to the right, it must be because you have another kind of education. That other kind of education is what we call HELP. Can you say with me, HELP? HELP in this particular case means Higher Education Learning Program. Robert Kiyosaki calls it the business school for people who like to help people. I tell people, if you will ever change from being somebody who has the mindset of an employee or a self-employed, you must pass through a process that educates and enlightens you, gives you information that's not available in the old school to help you bridge into the new school. And your passion and commitment to get to the right side is what should ensure that you learn. Are we together? Are you following me? If you would like to learn, you would like to plug yourself into a system that takes you from your mentality of employee and self-employed and is able to transform you over the course of the next 5 years into somebody who can be a business owner, I tell people the cost of going through that kind of school should be worth millions. Children pay 1 million naira per session in schools where the only thing they qualify for is the next class. Are we together? We spent 16 years in school, 6334. Getting what? Getting qualified to be able to get a certificate that qualifies us to hustle for a job. Are we together? Now A2W says we have a platform where over the next 5 years you can learn how to become a business owner. Not by just sitting and listening, but by doing. Not by only listening and learning, you can earn while doing it. Are we together? And how does it work? The company says very simply, when you enroll on A2W or you reactivate, you are paying for a product. It's a privilege pack or a privilege pack bundle. When you pay for this bundle, you have technically enrolled in school 2. When you enroll, you are given a pack. I will describe the content of the pack to you shortly. But once you get this pack, you have an opportunity to choose to learn. Say with me, choose to learn.
Choose to learn.
You can learn by listening, like you are doing now, and you can learn by doing, like I will inspire you to do after we are done. And once you learn, one of the things that will teach you, one of your teachers, the lead facilitator in this school, is a young man called Failure. I think he's a young man. He may be a young man as well. He may be an old lady as well. But you will learn, because usually people underestimate the potentials of failure. That's why I think he's young. They feel, I can't fail now. It's simple. It's not that simple. You will learn by failing forward. You will get access to a support group of other distributors who are able to support and work with you. And based on the support you get, you will earn, you will learn, your life will transform and change, and you have an opportunity to re-evaluate the opportunity again and say, how do I want to do for the next year? Let me show you a few quick things. In this school, you do not learn the way you learned in your former school. Your former school probably didn't give you the opportunity to learn by doing. Here you will learn by doing. In your former school, while you are there, you are not earning. Here you will earn. How much can you earn this year? I don't know what your goals are, but the only way you will not achieve your goals is if you don't have any. If you have a goal and you are committed to it, I want to guarantee you that this platform has the capacity to offer you the necessary support you need to achieve your goals. I have my goals for this year, and I expect everybody here to do the same. If you don't have a goal, make sure you set one. A2W teaches you what you need to know to be able to achieve your goals. The normal school takes too much time. This takes 5 to 10 hours per week, and we call it the school of involvement. Now, I said one of the key facilitators of this training is called failure. Say with me, failure.
Failure.
Can you say with me, failure?
Failure
is the road to success.
is the road to success.
I tell people, listen, if you don't fail, you will not likely succeed. What makes you succeed is when you fail but refuse to stop. Are we together? If you have never failed before in this place, can I see your hand? If you have failed before, can I see your hand? If you have lost money before, can I see your hand? When you failed and when you lost money, did you die? No. You learned how not to do it. Are we together? I tell people everything I am succeeding in A2W is what I have failed in before. When somebody comes to me and says, you don't understand, I smile. Somebody told me something one day. He said, you people, you don't understand. My wife is riding on Okada. You have a car. And my wife is pregnant. I responded to him. When my wife was pregnant, first child, she was riding on Okada. It doesn't look like it now. Are we together? But sometimes people look at you and they feel you don't understand my pains because you have not gone through my journey. There is no way you will end up successful if you have not experienced failure. One of the biggest companies in the world, the MD, said something very remarkable. Thomas Watson Jr. He said, I have realized that in order to double my success rate, I must be willing to double my failure rate. You want to succeed more? Try more. When you try more, you will fail more. Are we together? When you fail more, you will succeed more. When people come to testify, they don't tell you about their failures. They tell you about when it worked. You know why? Because all you need to have is one that works. You will forget the ones that didn't work. Are we together? Many of us cannot remember that Samsung started out as a company making noodles. Are we together? Noodles was what the company was set up to make. Many of us cannot remember that Nokia was set up to make furniture. Nokia was a wood company. Many of us cannot remember that the first product that Sony ever made was a rice boiler. Sony, rice boiler. Are we together? That all you need to do is experience the failures over and over until you strike it and you master it. Every failure arms you with the right to ask the right questions the next time. Now, A2W has many opportunities. I tell people it's a platform. It's a platform that if you want to become a global entrepreneur, A2W offers you the platform for the same. Our vision is to build global entrepreneurs. If you're in the house today and you know that in 5 years' time, that name will describe who you are, a global entrepreneur. Can I hear a loud yes? Yes. Now, you do not build global entrepreneurs by creating people who have a false illusion that everything they touch must turn to gold. Oh, some of the things you touch will turn to pencil. It will turn to sand. Are we together? And you will learn. I tell people the first time in my life I ever tried to sell CUG, I was not able to sell more than 450, and I incurred a personal loss of 400,000 naira. The next time after that, when I heard C, they didn't put U before I ran. But like the culture of all things is, when I ran back. And I said the first time I did this, I had this challenge. I said we'll take care of it. I had this challenge. I said we'll take care of it. I had this challenge. I said we'll take care of it. 2 days ago, I had a meeting with the group head of a particular bank and some of their staff. They came to my office to see me. And what was their complaint? Adeolu, want to do this transaction with A2W. But you know the problem? We have been talking about this thing since July. Let's do something about it. Because you know what? If we talk about things and never do it, we will never fail. If we never fail doing it, we will never succeed. Are we together? I tell people we have services in A2W. Try to market the services, fail, try again. We have products in A2W. Try to market the products, fail, and do what? Try again. We have a network in A2W. Try to build your team, fail, and do what? Try again. We are going to a variety of things. Let me tell you, when human beings go to battle, nobody plans to fail. You plan to win, but when you get there, your strategy will need to be readapted and readapted, because the war front does not serve you like your piece of paper where you did the planning. Same thing with business. You learn by failing forward. There are 3 reasons why you need to be involved in A2W. Say with me 3 reasons. Oh, I can't hear you. Say with me 3 reasons. Number 1, if you are an ethical person, if you have anything called integrity, then you are afraid to do a business that conflicts with where you work. You want to do business only that you are permitted to do where you currently work. And if you want to do that kind of business, then you are looking for business that you have no conflict of interest. A2W provides you with an opportunity that looks like schooling. And for many organizations, you are allowed to do your master's part-time. Are we together? Yes. In A2W, you can combine with your normal role. You are not a distributor of a particular company. You are a distributor of a group of companies. You can have access to a variety of products. You can do this with your current job. You are looking for extra income that does not conflict with your employer or your self-employment. A2W is it. Number two, I'm sad to announce to you, ladies and gentlemen, that nobody is planning for your retirement. Can you say with me? Nobody is planning for my retirement. I tell people, whether we like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, a season of life will come when the things you can do today, you can do them no more. Can you look at the person beside you and tell the person, winter is coming? Tell the person beside you, winter is coming. It is what you do before winter that qualifies you to eat in winter. Are we together? Let me shock you a little bit. I was in Port Harcourt last week, and I was presenting to a team of people like this. And then in front, there were some people there who were not looking at me. They were looking at somebody else. And I was wondering why they were not looking at me, and I remember what was wrong. They had come for this business, they were distributors, they had invited their friends, but they were deaf. Are we together? They were deaf, they couldn't hear. So their upline was interpreting for them, Port Harcourt. And they were, as they were interpreting, they were smiling, they were laughing when they were supposed to laugh, and all those kind of things. And by the second day, they told me that please, I should call them, that they want to give me a gift. So I invited them to the front to come and give me a gift. Interestingly, they had heard, somebody had told me that I said I used to do sign language when I was in secondary school, and I would like to learn how to do it better again. I need the alphabet. I could do A, B, C, D, E, F, and all the rest of them. So they heard and they packaged together a book to give me. But while they were trying to give me the gift, somebody decided to share their story. They did not come for a seminar to hear about A2W because they cannot even hear. They saw two people discussing about A2W. I went to ask the person, what are you talking about? We saw you are holding a flyer. Please, let's have the flyer. One of the guys. The person said, no, I cannot give you the flyer. It's not for people like you. Of course, she was being protective of him. Why would you want to do somebody something they cannot do? Many of us here can talk. Some of us will say, I cannot talk. May God not hear you. So they left him and said, no, it's not for people like you. The guy kept quiet. He waited for them to do what they were doing. After they had finished, he went back there, got somebody to help him get the flyer out. He got the flyer out, memorized the website, returned the flyer, went online, searched the website, searched it thoroughly, and came back to the person that used to interpret for them, who didn't want to share the opportunity. He said, you're a wicked person. He said, how do you mean? He said, how can you be doing something like this and not tell us? He said, I didn't know that you could afford it. I didn't know that you could do it. I was saying, no, I have studied the company. They have retail, they have travel, they have this, they have network. The only one we want to do amongst all of them is the network marketing. She was wondering, how do you do network marketing? He said, watch us. Got money, signed up, got two of his deaf friends, signed up, and they began to build their team. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what your own excuse is, or what ailments you have, or what predicaments you are running through. But I'm sure it cannot be as bad as those guys. How do they market? As if you see them marketing, as if you're wondering, the guy is building his team, is already earning. Some of us here, the same way we join this company, the same way we still are alone. It is not good for a man to be alone. I tell people the educational value you get in A2W is priceless. Can you say with me, priceless? Priceless. You can't put a price tag on it. You can't put a price tag on what you will learn. Now, I was sharing with you that nobody's planning for retirement. Yes. People work for years and then they retire to earn 1/3 of what they were earning. And ladies and gentlemen, there's no salary increase for retirees. I met a retiree in a retirement training I was doing in Kwara State some months ago, who was earning 3,000 naira per month. I was wondering, is that not wicked? He said, no, it's not wicked. I retired 20 years ago. Then 3,000 naira was a lot of money. Somebody have not reviewed since then. Ladies and gentlemen, life expectancy is increasing. Do you know the meaning of that? It means people are likely to live longer than before now. You know what that means? It means for some countries, if they are not able to sustain and ensure that their workforce of the future can sustain their retired workforce, it will get to a time in the future of the world where people will begin to pray for their old people to die early. What will qualify you to be self-reliant and independent in your retirement is a plan that you make for yourself. A2W is such a plan. Education is priceless. There's so much you can learn here. You can't put money on. Many of us here have children. You have cousins. You have people that are going to school. Add their school fees together and compare what you're paying. It's priceless. I tell people, time is of essence. The first thing you want to do when you hear about this opportunity, I tell people, get in. What if I fail? Get in. What if I don't know how to do it? Find out. Get in. The only way you can learn what you have and what you don't have is when you try. I joined this business and for 7 months I didn't do any marketing. You know why? Because I had limiting beliefs that made me believe this is not for me. Look at the person beside you. Tell the person, this is for you.
This is for you.
Tell the person, this is for you.
This is for you.
I tell people, unfortunately, the people that need this most are the people that despise it most. We have armed ourselves with a false sense of pride. I can't do those kind of things. What can't you do? If you're not financially free, you can do anything. What I beg you is make sure that it's ethical. Are we together? Some people, many Nigerians I meet are not qualified to die. You didn't hear me? Death. If you are a family person, if you love your family, can I hear yes? Yes. You love your children, born and unborn, can I hear yes? Yes. If you truly love them, then you must qualify to die before you die. How do you qualify to die? You qualify to die when your presence or your absence does not change their financial life. When whether you are there or not, they can continue to go to the school they are going. They can continue to enjoy the things they are enjoying. They can enjoy a normal, good life because of what you have created. A good man leaves inheritance for his children's children. That's what makes you good. Many men are evil. Not because they are. We didn't do anything else. We didn't use any product. We didn't arrange anything. We didn't do anything. We just joined and walked away. Came back after 2 years and said, it's not working for me. It's not meant to work for you. Are we together? Once you come on board, use the product. If you are here, you have never used A2W healthy oven to cook before. Can I see your hand? Show me your hand, please. Show me. I want to see it. Thank you very much. Can you take that hand and use it to cover your face, please? If you are here, you are not a member of the cooperative. You don't have share capital. Don't even say a member. You are here, you don't have share capital in the cooperative. Don't be shy. Moment of truth. Can I see your hand, please? Put your hands down. You are here, you have never booked travel for somebody before. Successfully. Let me see your hand, please. Put your hands down. Now listen, you are here, you have never made any transaction by buying from A2W shop or buying from the website or buying from the showroom and sending it to somebody else and making a profit. You have never done it before. You have never bought for yourself before. Can I see your hand? Now listen to me. How can you succeed if first you don't use the product? How will you get somebody else involved in where you are not going? Hello? There's a category of people who are specialists at helping other people go to where they are not going. They are called Adeolu. Are we together? Tell the person beside you. Tell him, don't be an Adeolu. Tell the person, don't be an Adeolu. Use the products. Let me tell you something. Do you know, I realized that the cooperative started August 2010. Are we together? Yes. If now the first investment opportunity, share capital, told people to invest 50,000 naira. First time was 50,000 naira. That 50,000 not grew to 55, and we've been saying 55 since then. Do you know that every quarter from then there have been 7 quarters? I'm sorry, there have been 7 half years. There have been 7 half years since August 2010. There has been 3.5 years. If every quarter you are just topping it up, your share capital with the same amount, 50k, another quarter 50k. Do you know by now, based on what the cooperative has done between then and now, the minimum you will have in your account is 1.2 million. If you are here and you don't have 1.2 million naira anywhere in savings, I won't ask you to raise up your hand. But I want to put a question mark somewhere on your head so that you are thinking about it. Because the opportunity existed. What does 50,000 naira per quarter mean? 50,000 naira per quarter means $25 per week. Separated aside. That's what it means. It means 17,000 naira per month saved. Are we together? Even if what you did was you paid 50,000 naira then and you traveled out, that your 50,000 naira you paid August 2010 in your cooperative account for the people that had it then is really 92,000 naira now. 92. I tell people, if you can do that for the next 30 years, 37 years, you can be a billionaire. Everybody has the capacity to be wealthy in their lifetime if they will leverage on the very simple compound interest, which is time and discipline. Say with me, time. Say with me, discipline. The reason why some of us are better off than others is not because we have had access to more money. It's because we have handled the little we have with a little bit more discipline. The poor man doesn't think before he spends. The wealthy man ensures that before he spends, he has thought about it. The poor man has no plan. The wealthy man has a plan. Big companies don't shell out money for advertisements easily. It must be in their budget. Poor companies go and knock their door today, smile at the MD, the next morning they'll make it available to you. I tell people, use the products. Retail, cooperative, properties. You have how can we have so much and use so little? Use the products. Once you come in, use the products, get to high gear. Say with me, get to high gear. Do you know what that means? That means build your network. Can you say with me, build your network? Build your network. You are not saying it. Say build your network. Build your network. It means this company expects that before you begin to tell your friends about Guguru and Epa, build your network. Why did the retail head of a bank come and see me 2 days ago? Is it because I'm handsome? I know I'm handsome, but that's not the reason. That's not the reason. They didn't come because the office is fine. The office can be fine. They didn't come because we have parking space. We have parking space. They came because they realized that we have a network. People are attracted to you to offer you their products to distribute when you have a network. Are we together? We have put a structure together, effective this month, that will ensure that there's nobody in A2W that is a platinum that can be poor. Are we together? I know you don't want to clap because you're not platinum. But I want to ensure that you are gingered to get there. If you know you will get there, can you say, I will get there? Say with me, I will get there this year. Maybe you want to sing it, I will get there this year. Now, before you begin to share with friends, build to high gear. Are we together? Build to high gear. Build your team to bedrock. Teach your people to do the things you have done. You don't need more than 4 people to make a fortune in this business. I will show you. What are some of the products that you have available to distribute? We have A2W oven. I tell people every house should have one. I met a woman who signed up in A2W just because of the oven. She saw the oven in action. She saw the chicken crying. Of course, dripping oil. It was like crying. Sorry. And then she tasted the chicken that was prepared by the oven. And she said, no. Whatever this is it, I want to join it. He signed up under oven. Are we together? She is currently silver. But the attraction was what? Oven. One of my friends in Port Harcourt organized a group meeting with his friends. And he put the oven on the dining table. Plug it to electricity. Put chicken there. Put some seasoning, Maggi on the chicken. Wrong with you, you don't need oil. Put some chips under. Are we together? So chips and chicken. While he was praying, they were asking, what is that? What is that? He said, don't worry. Let's discuss. He put a DVD player on. Slotted Financial H.E.L.P DVD in the DVD. They watched together. Are we together? When they finished watching, he took out some chicken and gave them. Are we together? Would they be interested or not? Do you need anybody to prophesy to you that you'll be interested? They're asking him, what's that? Very nice. What's that? Can I get one for my fight? Can I get one? Hey, everything is together. It's all together. Just pay this amount you're in. And he got them to come on board. I tell people, we have a tab. We have children education tabs. We have a concept called tab for schools. And we have a tablet you can use for your normal everyday use. Of have a tablet, a mobile, your phone is there. I can connect my TV. There's a lot of functionality. You can distribute it. We have packages that allows you to be able to have it as a distributor and sell it and make profit. We have the what we call the ionizer cup that allows you to be able to ionize your water, drink healthy water, and begin to banish things like cancer from your life because they operate better in acidic medium. We have power banks. We have flash disks. We have rechargeable fans. We have all sorts of things you can benefit from. Services to market. Ladies and gentlemen, how much does it cost to be a travel agent? To become a full-fledged travel agent, having an IATA license, having staff, and running things is not cheap. Those numbers start from 20 million, 30 million and above. A2W says, from a retail point of view, you don't need staff. You don't need warehouse. Our warehouse is our warehouse. Our staff, our staff. Our resources, our resources. Are we together? You can leverage on the retail company to do your retail business. You can leverage on our travel company to do your travel business. And this month, we're going to start something. We want to begin to give awards to the people that drove the most value in each of those sectors on a monthly basis. So this month, not only can you do business and make money, you can also win recognition for how well you are doing as well. Are we together? Now, we have an health insurance package. Many of us have never used. If you are here and you are not on any health insurance package, can I see your hand? Don't be shy. Let's see your hand. Yeah. Now, hello. Hello. This business is a true test of leadership, and I'll tell you something. There is nothing I will recommend to anybody in this business that I'm not doing myself. Are we together? I can't come and tell you, everything I'm telling you about, I've used it. Everything I'm telling you to do, I'm doing it. I checked my cooperative share capital balance this morning before leaving the house to say I transferred my dividend to share capital, I moved my savings to share capital, and it wasn't automatic. So I checked this morning to see if it has reflected. When I saw my share capital balance, I was gingered. Me, I'm the one that has it. I said, okay, this is good. Can I double this year? Now, I tell people, nothing here that we don't do. I tell people, for my health, ladies and gentlemen, I have a budget for my health. Poor people don't have budget for their health. They spend as they have challenges. Wealthy people pay ahead, and anything that happens in the course of the year, whether nothing happens or not, takes care of it. And somebody will say, I have divine healing. I do too. I have never been hospitalized in my life. Never. The last time I was in the hospital was over 20 years ago for anything personal. Apart from medical checkup. But I do this every year. Because I don't want to leave it to chance. God forbid. I mean, do you understand? It's just wise to say plan. And then from the moment I began to have children, my first daughter came about, it's going to be 10 years this year. From the moment I began to have children, I realized that I cannot use my own, I don't need medical treatment to just for my children. My daughter wasn't 1 year old before they admitted her for about 2 days. I'm like, what's this? I have to go and sit down. Do you understand? Plan. And A2W allows you to save money doing this for yourself. Because we have a package deal that we got as a group that allows people to benefit at a good margin. Education, there's so much to learn. As available for you to learn on the platform. Now let me quickly summarize everything and show you how the product works, how the company works, how the rewards work, and how you can be a part of this. Are we together?